Alright, let's get the brain warmed up. Let's get the brain warmed up. Right on cue. You know when I turn the camera on, don't you? You know when I turn the camera on. Alright, back. Here we go. Got him. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's no in. That's right. Oh, there's no F. There's no F. Can I see? I don't even need that. Probe. No. It's not proof. Not proud. Okay. No. B-R-O. Broom? Could it be broom? Oh, please be broom. Brood. Oh my God, bro. That's trash. It's trash. All right, let's get some trivia going. All right, let's solve a mystery. Solve a mystery. Subtitles on. Let's go, baby. About to solve this thing. This game saves that automatically. Do not turn off.
All right, we are live and the video is recording. Now, we have got ourselves a pretty wild case on our...
Hold on, let's sec. I should probably move my camera.
Our hands. But first things first, let's do a quick refresher before we dive in. As always, the interviews will be streamed live via the monitor that you're looking at right now. Once the interviews end, you'll be able to access all of the previous recordings on the playback monitor that's to your left. Now keep in mind that you will be getting two different camera angles in your feed, camera A and camera B. Feel free to switch between the two as you see fit. And last but not least, don't overlook the evidence available to you in the case files. I'm sure that you'll need to reference those at some point. Okay, so the case. We've got Daniel Murphy, age 49, works as a financial planner. He was shot and killed in his home with a .38 caliber handgun that's registered to him. Now, according to the medical examiner, he died on September 12th. The exact time of death is not able to be determined because the body wasn't found until a few days after. Now, there are a few people of interest in this case. First up is Emma Richardson. She's Daniel's girlfriend who had also been living with him. Prior to Daniel's death, she had reported an incident.
Hold on. Tell me if this looks better. All right, tell me if that looks better.
Of physical abuse that resulted in her right elbow being dislocated. The
Heavy
injury is
rain.
verified.
I trust something
However,
else.
Daniel did
I might play it
deny
again.
all allegations regarding the abuse. Now, at first, I was ready to remove her as a potential suspect due to the elbow injury, which would obviously make it pretty damn hard for her to fire a weapon. But as it turns out, she is actually left-handed, which means that she absolutely could have pulled that trigger. Now, next up is her ex-husband, Charles Humphreys. There's nothing really notable regarding Charles's past, but he was seen entering Daniel's house the day of the murder. So, needless to say, he is definitely a person of interest. Now, I was also able to bring Charles and Emma's daughter, Rebecca, down to the station today. Now, there's nothing that really points to her being a suspect at this point in time, but she did live with her mom and Daniel, and she was aware of the abuse that her mom had reported. Now, last on our list is Daniel and Emma's neighbor, Janice Burks. Janice served 9 years in prison for killing her husband, who had a very long history of domestic violence. Now, the main reason that I brought her down here today is that she was also seen entering Daniel's house the day of the murder. So yeah, that's two people that were seen entering Daniel's house the day that he was killed. All right, now that is the basic overview. Okay, you can dive in deeper with the case files or some of the security cam footage that we also subpoenaed. That footage is already loaded up for you on the playback monitor. All right, now let's figure out what the hell happened here. All right, I'm gonna bring Emma in here first. Let's see what she has to say. All right, we'll see you in a few.
Okay, let's look at these pictures. So homie got shot? Oh, I should probably go back. Detective Reeves is ready to start the interview. Press X when you're ready.
All right, Emma, we are recording. Today is September 19th. I am Detective Martin Ruiz, badge number 7621. And with me here today is Emma Richardson. So Emma, can you please go ahead and spell your first and last name for me?
EMMARICHARDSON.
Thank you. And can you please acknowledge that this statement is being video and audio recorded and that you are consenting to this recording?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. And lastly, I just need you to acknowledge that we've already gone over your rights and that you are willfully making this statement.
Yes, that's also correct.
All right. Thank you, Emma. So Yeah, let's just keep it simple and start with you telling me where you were the day of Daniel's death.
I was staying at a motel,
And which motel would that be?
the Best Stay Motel on the southeast part of town.
Now, is there a reason that you didn't go to work that day?
I wasn't feeling well, so I decided to take a sick day.
And you work at Rose and Davis Financial Services,
Took a
right?
sick day at a hotel?
Yes, I'm a junior account executive.
And Daniel, he works there as well. Is that also correct?
Yes, actually, he's the one who got me the job there.
And the two of you were romantic partners. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, do you mind maybe elaborating a little bit more on this relationship that you two had?
Jason,
Sure.
what's good,
Exactly.
homie?
Would you like to know?
Well, I guess we can start with the police report that you had filed on September 10th. Now, based on what I read, it seemed that this relationship that you two had was not that pleasant, was it?
No, but at least not lately anyway.
Now, you claimed that he had grabbed you pretty forcefully, too. I mean, so much so that he dislocated your right elbow. Is that right?
Yeah, but I don't want you to think that was a norm or anything.
So that's not his normal behavior.
No, it wasn't. We had been together for 6 months at least, and I moved in with him about a month ago. He had never once laid a finger on me the entire time or shown any warning signs.
So then what exactly happened on that day? I mean, why did he have this sudden change in behavior?
He was jealous of a client of ours that we met for dinner.
And who was the client?
Just a prospective client. His name was Jason Anderson.
Jason Anderson. All right, and what exactly happened with Jason?
Well, Daniel had to take a call, so he stepped outside. He was out there a good amount of time, maybe 15, 20 minutes. And during that time, Jason and I started talking. I mean, he talked a lot and he was pretty funny. So we talked and had a laugh. That was all. When
Mr.
Daniel returned,
Anderson.
I think he had the wrong impression. I mean, on the ride home, he kept questioning me about what we were talking about. He wanted to know why we were so happy, and he wanted to know if I found Jason attractive. He even accused me of flirting with some guys in the office from before. Honestly, I have no idea what he was talking about.
So has Daniel showed signs of jealousy like this in the past?
No, but I mean, there was never a situation like this before anyway.
You can continue.
Well, when we got home, he didn't seem to calm down at all. We were in the kitchen at the time, and he accused me of lying, and he said he didn't believe anything I had told him. I tried to de-escalate the situation by leaving, but then he blocked me with his body and backed me into a corner. And he grabbed me by the shoulders and forced me to tell him the truth. But what was I supposed to say? I already told him the truth. So then I pushed him off of me. And that's when he yanked me really hard by the arm and threw me to the floor. God, it hurt like hell. And then when I was on the ground, he kept yelling and screaming at me over and over. I mean, I can't even remember what he was saying.
Was he drinking that night?
No, the man hardly ever drank at all. I mean, I can't even remember the last time he had a drink.
Cap.
Now, according to the police report, your daughter, Rebecca, she was there when this had all happened. Is that right?
Yes, she was upstairs in her room at the time, and she heard the arguing, so she came down to the kitchen to see what had happened. I mean, she asked me what happened, and I told her we had been in an argument. Then she asked me what I was doing on the floor, and I told her I had accidentally fallen.
So why did you lie to her?
I don't know. I was scared. I mean, it all happened so quickly. I couldn't even think straight.
And what happened after that?
Well, Daniel could see that I was really hurt, so he picked me up off the ground and took me to the hospital. On the ride there, he kept telling me how sorry he was, and he just kept apologizing over and over. He said he didn't know what got into him.
And you believed him?
Yes, I did.
Really?
If I look
It
at the
was a
files,
one-time
does it
thing.
pause?
It was completely out of character. I didn't know what got into him. So yes, I did believe him.
All right, and what happened after that?
Well, he took me to the hospital and we checked in, and that's when I learned that my elbow was dislocated. Then Daniel left and Rebecca came to stay with me overnight. And then the next morning I had time to clear my mind, and I told Rebecca exactly what happened.
So you told her that he had actually hurt you?
Yeah, she wanted me to press charges with the police, but honestly, I was hesitant. I didn't want it to turn into a big thing.
But this was a big thing, was it not?
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, it was a big enough deal that you felt the need to file a police report, right?
But that was Rebecca's idea. So, but yes, I was released from the hospital. We stopped and got some pain medication for my arm. And then we went to the police and filed a report. Then we went to the motel, I checked in, and Rebecca left to stay with her dad.
And her dad, that's Charles, right?
Yes, Charles.
So was Charles aware of the assault that had happened?
Yes, I told him that night.
Was anyone else besides Charles and your daughter Rebecca aware of the assault?
And the only other person was my neighbor, Janice. She must have heard the screaming because she texted to see if everything was okay. I wrote her back that same night and told her exactly what happened.
Now, are you and your neighbor really close? Because, and this could just be a me thing, but that seems kind of a strange thing to tell a neighbor.
Sure, somewhat, I guess. I mean, we look out for each other, as neighbors are supposed to.
Good Samaritan, huh? Okay.
Now, I'm wondering, do you think that maybe one of those three would have a reason to kill Daniel? I mean, considering they now know how abusive he can be, I mean, maybe that was enough to push them over, the limit to maybe take matters into their own hands?
Absolutely not.
But what about you? Was that enough of a reason for you to kill Daniel? Maybe make sure that he never lays a finger on you again?
Absolutely not. No. Like I said, it was a one-time thing. It wasn't that severe.
Wasn't that severe?
He dislocated your arm.
Emma, I'm staring at you and you have a dislocated elbow.
What you talking about?
Now, I don't know about you, but to me, that is pretty damn severe.
Look, the guy got jealous, okay? I mean, he'd been under a lot of pressure at work and he was in a shitty mood. He made a really poor decision that he immediately regretted. Is it okay that he hurt my arm? Of course not. But we can't change the past. And I do believe he was truly sorry.
Okay. Fair enough. So Emma, is there anything else that you feel that I should know about this whole situation?
None that I can think of.
Oh, she lying.
All right.
She
We're going to
lying.
take a little break. Just ask that you just hang here for a bit, okay?
She lying, dog.
All right.
She lying. Let me see these pictures. Incident. What? Am I supposed to answer that? Oh.
All right, you saw the interview. You think she's being completely honest?
No.
I really can't say for sure.
No.
What I want to know from you is if you think she's telling the truth about how severe the abuse was. And I'm talking both physical and verbal. That's a major piece of this whole thing. Whether she's being honest or not will give us a decent idea on how to move forward with this investigation.
She's
So
lying.
let's make sure we really judge this correctly.
She's lying.
The right approach should get her to open up a bit more. I'll trust your judgment with that. You tell me, and that's how I'll proceed with her. No rush. Look over whatever you need to and call me back. All right, talk soon.
All right, bro. Is Emma telling the truth? Well, first, let's look at these reports. Emma Richardson, 48, female, white. Date of incident, 23rd. Time was 9:20. Complaint against Daniel Murphy. Time reported 6:17. On the evening of Saturday, September 9th at approximately 9:20, Emma Richardson claims that Daniel Murphy physically assaulted her after the two engaged in a verbal argument. The claim is that Daniel Murphy physically cornered Emma Richardson in their kitchen and refused to let her leave. In an attempt to save the situation, Emma Richardson claims that she pushed Daniel Murphy away from her. In return, Daniel grabbed Emma and forcefully threw her to the ground. This ended the domestic incident. Emma was then promptly escorted to the Fisham County Medical Center. There were no eyewitnesses. However, Emma Richardson's daughter, Rebecca, claims that she heard the argument from her upstairs bedroom. Is that what she said? Is all that right? Suffered a dislocated elbow, which she claims is a direct result of domestic incident. She was treated at the Fisham Medical County Center. Five nine 160. Gunshot wound to the abdomen. 7. So Emma, Charles, Janice, and Rebecca are all suspects. Girlfriend's ex-husband, girlfriend, next door neighbor, girlfriend's daughter. Afternoon of Friday, September 15th at approximately 3:17, officers entered the victim's home after a concerned coworker tried and failed to reach the victim via phone and text messages for several days. The front door to the home was found unlocked. Rear patio door was partially open. The victim was found deceased in the master bedroom with a single gunshot wound to the lower left abdomen. The lower left abdomen. And she's left-handed. The girlfriend. The victim's toxicology report revealed extremely high levels of alcohol consumption, which is consistent with large quantities of alcohol found in the living room. Victim was shot with a .38 caliber handgun, which was found in the victim's right hand. No usable fingerprints were found on the handgun. Based on autopsy report and crime scene investigation, it appears that the cause of death was shooting by a third party. But she said he didn't drink. He had a high level alcohol. She said he didn't drink. Autopsy report. Gunshot wound. Time of death unknown. 49-year-old man with a single gunshot wound to the abdomen was found deceased by law enforcement approximately 3 days after his death. There was a clear evidence of excessive alcohol consumption. The crime scene showed possible signs of suicide, but there is no medical or ballistic evidence that supports this, making suicide highly unlikely. Victim was shot with a .38 caliber handgun, which was found at the crime scene in the victim's right hand. So someone tried to make it look like a suicide, even though he got shot in the stomach. Cause of death appears to be shooting by a third party, resulting in organ damage. Single gunshot wound in the abdomen, internal and external bleeding. Punctured left kidney. Bullet entered through the lower left abdomen. Proceeded to scan soft tissue kidney. Bullet entry. This is consistent with shooting being done by a third party. Alcohol BAC level 0.23. Ain't that high? Aren't you drunk at like 0.08? Sleeping pills. Oh, we got text message records. Harry, hey, just wanted to say thank you for the help. Oh, these are Emma's texts. Janice was the neighbor, right? I heard some pretty bad arguing and banging sounds coming from the house there. Sorry for getting back to you. So, yeah, we had an argument. He threw me to the ground, hurt me pretty bad at the hospital. Want me to come to the hospital? It's okay. Rebecca's here with me. Please let me know if there's anything I do. I can't believe this. How are you doing? Better? Getting discharged later? Will do, thank you. Are you still at the hospital? Daniel. Who is Daniel? Oh, Daniel was the guy who died. Okay. So 9:10 at 8:42. When did he die? 9:12. So 2 days before. Are you still at the hospital? Can you meet me and Rebecca at the Best Stay Motel? Charles, sure, I could be there, but I still can't believe this. You sorry. Okay, Daniel, did you get my text while you're at the hospital? I'm really sorry. Can you please answer? Finally, can you be at the motel in about an hour? I'm wrapping up a showing now. Time's perfect. See you then. Just one, I'm thinking of you. She ain't texting Daniel back. She said, forget you. Emma to Janice, thank you. Are you going to be at the motel later? Need to talk to you. Okay, stop by whenever. Oh, wait, so 9:12. Charles was her ex, right? Where's the list? Charles, yeah, is the ex-husband. Janice is the neighbor. Rebecca's the daughter. So on the day he died, he said, are you going to be at the hotel? Because I need to talk to you. I'll be there around 6. And this is Charles' text. Charles, hey Dad, can I stay with you tonight? Yeah, I'm at the hospital with Mom. I'll call you when she gets released. Hospital, what happened? I'll call you soon and tell you what's going on. We're heading to the pharmacy and then the police to follow a report. Thanks for being there for your mom. Love you. Love you too. Can you meet me? Rebecca, best stay. Sure, I could be there about 30 minutes. Seeing that. Thanks, Charles. See you. Okay, gotcha. Can you be at the motel in an hour? Emma to Charles. Thank you, Kimia. Are you going to be at the motel later? Yeah, I need to talk to you. Okay, sounds good. Be there around 6. What else we got? Janice, the neighbor. Heard some pretty bad arguing and banging sounds coming from her. Is everything okay? Better getting discharged. Thank you. Amazon. Hello, Janice. Your Amazon order will be delivered by 5 p.m. I had to put that in there for a reason, right? Rebecca's the daughter. Any chance I could psych class? Oh, that's a. Why does everybody send an emoji heart? Just emoji notes. Got him. Thanks again. We're heading Rebecca to Charles. Heading to the pharmacy. Rebecca, sorry, you still up for hanging out tonight? Sorry, I can't. Something came up. So the 10th is when they got into the fight. 12th is when he was murdered. Rebecca to Charles. I'm so sorry to ask you this late, but could you cover my shift tomorrow morning? On the 11th, she said that? Sorry, just now saying, yeah, I can cover it. I can use the money, actually. Thanks so much. So she asked her to cover her shift on the 12th? It's not looking good, Rebecca. It's not looking good. Daniel. Everything prepped for tonight's dinner meeting. Yep, got all figures worked out. Hey man, how'd it go? Sorry, I was here. Can you stop by? Can I stop by your office though? I want to know how the meeting went. Cool, see. I heard the police were here talking to you. Did something happen? You still here or did you leave? Anything, let me know. I'm here for you, bud. Your ride services driver will arrive in 12 minutes. Thanks for using ride services. So at 12:37 a.m. to 1:02 a.m., he took a ride somewhere? Hey, Matt, heard you got put on administrative leave. Hope everything okay. Hey, bud, I'm worried about you. Call me. Nah, he dead, bruh. He dead. Some sketchiness going on in Texas, bruh. Is Emma telling the truth about how severe the abuse was? About how severe the abuse was? I don't know if she's lying about the severity of it. I think there's more she's not telling. I'd say no.
Hey. Okay, yeah, I'm with you. It definitely feels like she's downplaying the abuse. The question is why. I'll push her on that. Let's see if we can squeeze more out of her. All right, give me a second. We'll get things back up and running.
She is lying. Is ready to start the interview.
This is a continuation with Emma Richardson. Now, Emma, I gotta say, I don't think that you were telling me the whole truth. I don't.
About what?
Well, about your relationship with Daniel, but more importantly, about the abuse you experienced, Emma. I mean, look, you have a dislocated elbow.
Why you always lying?
The guy put you in the hospital, and for what? Because he was jealous? Come on, Emma. You know that is not normal behavior. It's not. All right, that is pretty damn severe. Now, what I'm trying to wrap my head around is, why are you covering for this guy? Why are you downplaying everything that happened to you? Look, Emma, it is okay. Right? It is okay to talk to me. It is okay to tell me the truth. In fact, that is the easiest thing to do right now. So
Yes.
please, Emma, just tell me the truth.
Let it out, girl. Let it out.
Okay. It was severe, okay? It was very severe.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Let them tears
I
flow.
thought I knew him. I was falling for him.
Give me one second. I need some water, bro. All this thing is making me thirsty. I'm just gonna come out and say it now. Right now, I think it's the daughter. I haven't even met her yet, and I think it's the daughter. I think it's the daughter.
I thought he was perfect. But looking back, I can see that the signs were there all along. I was just blinded by wanting to move on and find a new partner. But, you know, when he showed his true colors, not only did he hurt me, but he threatened to kill me and my daughter at gunpoint. Okay? At goddamn gunpoint.
Wait, I'm sorry. When did that happen?
The day after I got out of the hospital, I think it was a Monday.
Okay, can you tell me exactly what happened?
I stopped by the house that afternoon to pick up some of my stuff. I knew he'd be at work, so it was a good time to go. I was there maybe 5 minutes, and that's when he showed up. I was in the middle of packing, and he could clearly see that I was leaving. This must have really pissed him off because he immediately went to the bedroom closet and grabbed a gun. I mean, I was in shock. I didn't even know he had a gun. And then he threw me on the ground and pressed the gun really hard against my forehead. He kept yelling that the police were questioning him at work. Apparently, after I filed the reports, some cops were questioning people. They even questioned some of my neighbors, including Janice. Apparently, the higher-ups at work were really alarmed by all this because they put him on immediate leave until this all got sorted out. That's why he got home early that day. This must have been really embarrassing for him because he was really angry. he kept yelling that Rebecca and I needed to recant our story and to tell the cops that he never hurt me. I mean, he kept saying that he was acting in self-defense and that I pushed him. He was literally trying to make it seem like it was my fault. And then he made it a point to tell me that he was in control of my life, my job, my home, everything. And that he could take that away anytime he wanted. So then he told me that if we didn't tell the police his version of what happened, that he wouldn't think twice about putting a bullet in each of our heads.
Wow. Wow. So Emma, why did you lie to me?
Because I thought you would see this as a clear motive for killing him, that's why.
And I get that. I get that. But okay, but why in the situation that happened, why not in that moment? Why didn't you immediately go to the police? I mean, heck, you could have even filed a restraining order against him, Emma.
Because they didn't do shit the first time, that's why. I had already told them that he had physically assaulted me. I was literally in the hospital because of him. But did they protect me? Huh? Did they? I can answer that. Who are you, detective? No, they didn't protect me. In fact, that son of a bitch threatened to kill me even after I went to them. So no, I didn't think it mattered. So don't get me started about a restraining order. You think a restraining order, some just like little piece of paper, would stop someone like him? Someone who had threatened to kill me? Give me a break.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. So tell me what happened after he had threatened you.
He left. And I immediately gathered all my stuff and I left too.
Now there's a flaw here though. Right? I mean, there should be security cam footage of Daniel coming in the house and leaving the house, right? During that time. I mean, we have footage of you, and we got footage of you and Janice, but we literally have absolutely no footage of Daniel during that time at all.
That's because he came in through the back. He didn't use the front door. It was like he was trying to catch me off guard or something.
And I'm going to assume that because you guys don't have a security camera in the back, then that means there's no record whatsoever of him coming in or out of the house. Does that sound right?
Correct.
Now, I'm also wondering, do you know why there would be no security cam footage from September 9th? I mean, the entire day, there's no footage. Now, that's the day that he assaulted you for the first time. Do you know why there would be no footage on that day?
I don't know. Maybe he deleted it.
That is certainly a possibility. All right. Well, look, Emma, assuming that everything you told me is the truth, right? I want you to know that everything, and I mean everything that has happened to you, none of that is your fault.
I know.
Good. And there is help if you need it, Emma, all right? There's shelters that I can connect you with if you don't want to stay at that motel. There are people that you can talk to, All right, we've got a lot of resources, Emma. All right, you do not have to go this alone.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, Emma, let's give you a break, okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was a lot. If she's telling the truth, Daniel's got some pretty serious issues. It is weird that he would go through the back, though. I mean, it's possible, but considering how in the moment he probably was, it does strike me as odd. I don't know. There's a lot to process here. All right, we got to keep these interviews going. Let's see what more we can uncover here. I got her ex-husband, Charles, up next. Let's see what this guy's got to say. Hang tight. Bye.
All right, Charles, we are recording. Today is September 19th. I am Detective Martin Ruiz, badge number 7621. And with me here is Charles Humphreys. So, Charles, we'll just start with you spelling your first and last name for me.
Okay. CharlesHumphrys.
And can you please acknowledge that this statement is being video and audio recorded and that you are consenting to this recording?
Yes, I do.
And lastly, if you can please acknowledge that we have already gone over your rights and that you are willfully making this statement.
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you, Charles. So, Charles, let's just start with you telling me, why were you seen entering Daniel's house the day of his death?
Well, I was doing a favor for Emma, right? I went there to pick up some items that she had forgotten, right? She didn't want to enter that house again, so I went there for her.
And what sort of items were you picking up?
It was like some clothing and other personal items, right? I didn't sort through the bag, so I'm not 100% sure what may have been in it.
So you said bag, so you were there to pick up a bag of hers, is that right?
Correct, right. She put it by the front door in the entryway. I walked in, I grabbed the bag, and I left.
And Charles, you're a realtor, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So that means you get to pretty much set your own hours, right?
To an extent, sure.
Now, you didn't have any appointments or any meetings that morning?
That is correct.
So, did you see Daniel when you went inside the house?
No, I didn't. I didn't see his car in the driveway either, so I just assumed he wasn't home. But look, I didn't even go in the house. I just went in the entryway, I grabbed Emma's bag, and I left. That's it.
Now, are you aware that Daniel had been killed on that day and that his body was found inside that house?
I'm aware of it now, but at the time, no. I wasn't aware of it at the time.
So, what do you know about Daniel's death?
I know that he was apparently shot and killed. I'm also aware it possibly could have been a suicide, that he took his own life.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that he took his own life?
Certainly seems like a possibility, yeah.
So, how well did you actually know Daniel?
Not well at all. I mean, I mostly knew about him through Rebecca. Right? I only personally met him a few times. A few times that I did meet him in person, I mean, he seemed like a pretty cool guy, right? He was friendly and upbeat, just a good all-around guy. It wasn't until much later that I learned about him abusing Emma. Needless to say, that changed my opinion of him real quick.
Yeah, I could imagine. So tell me about Emma. What is your relationship like with Emma?
Emma and I are on pretty good terms, all things considered. Right? Like, we were married for almost 20 years. We had Rebecca. Everything was going really well. But, I mean, slowly things just didn't work out like we had hoped. So we got divorced about 2 years ago. I mean, it wasn't an ugly divorce or anything like that. But we both agreed that it wasn't working out. So we decided to call it quits. Right? And here we are.
So do you still stay in touch with her?
It's not like we're best friends or anything like that, but we have a daughter together. So, yeah, we are in touch from time to time.
And do you still care for her?
Not in a romantic way, no, but as a person and the mother of my child, yes, I absolutely do care about her.
So would you be willing to do anything for her?
What, like murder?
Yes, Charles, like murder.
No, of course not. Like, I would be willing to do almost anything for her because I still care about her. The murder, no, absolutely not.
So you're telling me that you did not kill Daniel when you went inside that house?
No, of course not. Look, I told you I didn't even see the guy, but if I did, I'm not going to kill him.
So what about Emma? You think that maybe Emma killed Daniel? I mean, she's got more reasons to kill him than anyone else.
No, Emma didn't kill Daniel. That's ridiculous.
And how can you be so sure about that?
Because she's not a killer. She's like the sweetest person I know.
Well, what if she maybe hired someone or got some help? You don't think that that's possible?
No, I don't think that's possible.
Well, look, Charles, the reality is that somebody killed Daniel, okay? That is a fact. Now, we know that Emma has been on the receiving end of his abuse, all right? Now, that has got to be scary as hell for her. Okay, now, Charles, I'm not saying that Emma killed Daniel, okay? But, Charles, we at least have to entertain the idea that maybe she wanted him dead. Now, I don't think that that's far-fetched at all. Hell, Charles, I have seen people killed for far less, all right? So you don't think that Emma maybe just wanted him dead? You don't think that that's possible?
Look, I have no doubts that she wanted this man out of her life. That's obvious. But to think Emma would wish death upon him or anybody else for that matter? No, I don't believe that. I do not believe that she wanted him dead. No.
You really don't?
No, I really don't.
All right, Charles, we're going to take a short break, all right? Just ask that you sit here for a bit and I'll be right back, all right?
Yeah, no worries.
All right, we got to hear his take on things. Now, the main thing I'm questioning at the moment is whether or not Emma is capable of either committing this murder or getting someone else to do it. She really does seem like the person that has the most to gain from Daniel's death. But her ex, he doesn't seem to think that she has that in her. I don't know. You think Charles is telling the truth? You think he really believes that Emma is incapable of going through with murder? Does he really believe that she had absolutely nothing to do with this? Again, we got to be careful with how we judge this. Pushing him in the wrong direction may not get us the info we need. I want to know what you think. I'll proceed based on that. So just give me a call when you know, and we'll go from there. All right? Bye. Hey. Yeah, I gotta say, I agree with you on this one. He does seem pretty sincere. All right, I'll continue the interview. We'll be back up in just a sec.
This is a continuation with Charles Humphreys. So, Charles, I do think that you're being honest about Emma, all right? You really don't think she had anything to do with this, and I do believe you.
Well, that's good because that's honestly how I feel. And like I said before, she is not the kind of person to wish death upon anybody. She is by far the most caring person I've ever met.
So, Charles, I hear you, okay? But since you didn't kill Daniel, and if Emma had nothing to do with this, well, then that means there must be somebody else, right? So, do you think that maybe Rebecca may have had some...
No, of course not. This has absolutely nothing to do with Rebecca.
Okay. Well, then I guess that puts us back to square one then, doesn't it?
I guess so.
All right, well, Charles, that'll do for now, all right? Let's get you out of here for a bit.
Okay.
All right, that was pretty straightforward, I guess. I didn't want to bring up the neighbor Janice as a suspect to him quite yet. I want to hear from Janice first. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll go get her and we'll get the next round going. Okay, bye.
Hey, asshole. You like to hit women, huh?
What are you talking about?
Oh, no,
Get your hands off me.
I know what you did to Emma.
Look, I don't know what she told you, but I didn't lay a finger on her.
Oh, shut up and cut that shit. I know what you did. If you ever do that again, I will kill you. I will fucking kill you. Do you
Whatever,
understand me?
man.
No, whatever. I will hit you. You got that? I will fucking hit you. You want to hit somebody? Hit me. Come on, hit me. That's what I thought, tough guy. Piece of shit.
Emma? I've been really worried about you. Are you leaving him? Are you all right?
We can talk later. I gotta go.
Are you sure? Did something now just happen?
Look, I said we can talk later. I gotta go.
Okay, I got you. You go ahead, I'll get the suitcase.
Okay.
Hello. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Interesting. 9:26. So this is when he said he went in and just grabbed the bag, right? Hey, Leo, where you going? Look like he doing more than just getting the bag. Been there for a minute, homeboy. Oh, what is my guy doing? He said he just went in, grabbed a bag, and left. You say you looking kind of suspect, my boy. Oops. Grabbed her bag and left, huh? Interesting. Interesting.
All right,
Why you always lying?
All right, Janice, we are recording. Today is September 19th. I am Detective Martin Ruiz, badge number 7621, and with me here today is Janice Burks. So, Janice, let's please start with you spelling your first and last name for me.
Oh, she looks crazy.
Burkes.
She looks crazy.
And can you please acknowledge that this statement is being video and audio recorded and that you are consenting to that recording?
Yes, sir. I do consent.
And lastly, please acknowledge that we have already gone over your rights and that you are willfully making this statement.
Yes, sir. We've already gone over my rights.
Well, thank you, Janice. So let's just start with a little bit of context here now. You live next door to Daniel Murphy and his girlfriend, Emma Richardson. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
And about how long have you lived at that residence?
Oh, I've lived there about 1.5 years, sir.
And prior to that, you had spent some time in prison. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
9 years.
9 years?
And that was for murder, correct?
Yes, sir.
What?
You mind telling me what happened?
Interesting.
Well, it's not a very complicated story. My husband at the time was very violent,
Interesting.
and it had been going on a lot longer than I care to admit. One night, he beat me up pretty bad. Seemed like he was never going to stop. So, I stopped him. That's it.
And
Interesting.
how is life treating you these days?
I can't complain, sir. I'm alive. I'm healthy. I got a steady job. Just trying to live life right. God's been good to me.
That's good. That's real good.
Hmm.
So what is it that you do for work?
I work collections. I call people who owe money on behalf of various different companies.
And you do this from home?
Yes, sir. That's right.
Now, I don't mean to be rude or judgmental or anything like that, but I'm curious, how is it that you landed in that particular neighborhood? Because it seems like it would be a bit too pricey for someone with a job such as yours. Now, that is assuming that you do live alone.
Oh, yes, sir. I do live alone. That house belonged to my mother. She bought it about 20 years ago. She paid it off early. And when she died about 10 months ago, she left it to me.
Well, thank you for that explanation. That certainly makes sense. Now, I am curious, how well did you know Daniel and Emma?
Oh, I know Emma pretty well. Daniel, not so much. When I moved in about 1.5 years ago, Daniel had already
Didn't Emma say she don't know her that well? Emma says she don't know her that well when she did her interview.
been living there. They're pretty good neighbors. They're quiet. They stick to themselves. No parties or anything like that. I can't remember them ever having anyone over, in fact. Rebecca, their daughter, lives with them. She's pretty quiet too. She sticks to herself. But honestly, in general, the whole neighborhood's pretty quiet, so they're no exception.
So why is it that you got to know Emma more than Daniel?
Well, it seems like Daniel works very long hours, but Emma works 9 to 5, so I see her from time to time when I went on my usual walks, and we'd stop and chat for a bit. She was one of the few people in the neighborhood who didn't look at me funny, you know? I mean, it's a small town, word gets around fast, and I'm pretty sure most of my neighbors knew about my past. They were scared, they kept their distance, but Emma, she treated me like a normal person, and I really appreciated that. And I always felt like I should kind of look out for her too, I guess.
Now, what about Charles? What do you know about him?
Well, who's Charles?
So Charles, that's Charles Humphreys. That is Emma's ex-husband.
Oh, that's right. I don't know much about him. I didn't ever meet him, and I don't remember Emma ever really talking about him. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I don't know much about him.
So, given your relationship with Emma, I am assuming that you have a good explanation as to why you were seen entering and leaving their house the day that Daniel was killed.
Oh, yes, I do. The mail carrier had accidentally left some of their mail in my mailbox that day. We've had some trouble with porch pirates
Okay.
recently, so I thought I should just take it over. I didn't want to leave it on their doorstep or anything, so Emma had told me about the spare key to use in case of emergencies or whatever, so I just used the spare key. I opened the door, I dropped the mail off
She had
in the
nothing in her hand,
entryway,
though.
and I left.
Now, was Daniel home?
Oh,
She had
not to
nothing
my
in her hand.
knowledge. I mean, his car wasn't in the driveway. That's where he usually parks it. And I didn't see him in the house either.
Now, Janice, are you aware that Daniel had been shot and killed and that his body was found in that house?
Oh, she's lying.
Yes, officer.
She's lying.
I was aware of that. The whole neighborhood was aware of that.
She had nothing in her hands.
And so you didn't see him or his dead body when you went into that house to drop off that mail?
Oh, no. I mean, like I said, I just went in, dropped the mail off in the entryway, and then I left.
Janice, did you really go into that house to drop off mail?
Yes, officer, I really went into that house to drop off mail.
Why you always lying?
All right. Well, look, Janice, we are going to take a real short break. I ask that you just sit here for a second. I will be right back, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Lying. She's lying. And Emma said she didn't know her that well.
Okay, we've met the neighbor. I'm curious to know what you think about this Janice lady. You buy that story that she entered the house to drop off some mail?
Hexy no.
Let me know if you think she's lying, and I'll continue based on that. All right, talk soon.
Is Janice telling the truth? Absolutely not, bro. She is. Which one is hers? Not that one. She clearly did not have no mail. She sprinted to the door. She's all breathing all heavy. Like, did you forget they had cameras? Where's her text? It's okay, Rebecca's here. How you doing? Get better. Discharge. Thank you. Yeah, her package didn't even arrive until the 13th, the day after he was murdered. So, absolutely not. She's lying, Your Honor.
Hey, so you don't buy that story, huh? Well, me neither. It's a bit too perfect. And, after reviewing that security footage again, her actions don't seem to match up at all. Let's see if we can find out the real reason she entered that house. I'll get the interviews back up in just a few.
She is lying. Let me see. I think, where's the Emma?
Not only did he hurt me, but
And she said in the thing she doesn't even know her neighbor that well.
he accused me of lying, and he said he didn't believe anything I had told him.
She was there when this had all happened, is that right?
Yes, she was upstairs in her room at the time, and she heard the arguing, so she came down to the kitchen to see what had happened. I mean, she asked me what happened, and I told her we had been in an argument. Then she asked me what I was doing on the... She kept telling me how sorry, and that's when I learned that my elbow was dislocated. Then
But this was a big thing.
I wrote her back that same night and told her exactly what happened.
Now, are you and your neighbor really close? Because, and this could just be a me thing, but that seems kind of a strange thing to tell a neighbor.
Sure, somewhat, I guess. I mean, we look out for each other, as neighbors are supposed to.
Now, I'm wondering, do you think that maybe one of those...
It's not clocking. It's not clocking.
This is a continuation with Janice Burks. Now, Janice,
away from
according
my
to you,
computer.
the mail carrier had dropped off their mail at your mailbox by accident, right? And then you, I guess being the good Samaritan that you are, decided to bypass these potential porch pirates. So you then took that mail and you brought it directly into their home. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So Janice, what kind of mail was this?
If I remember correctly, it was just a few envelopes, I believe.
So just a few envelopes. So why the urgency
Liar.
to drop off just a few envelopes? You couldn't wait until they got home?
I guess I could have. I didn't really give it that much thought. I just saw that I had their mail and I thought I'd bring it over to them, that's all.
Janice, you are lying to me.
What do you mean, sir?
Cross arms.
I mean that there is absolutely nothing that supports your statement whatsoever. Look, you having their mail is no reason to go inside of their home. You could have simply just held on to their mail, Janice. And please don't tell me that you were concerned with porch pirates, because porch pirates are looking for packages, okay? Things that have actual value. They're not just looking for regular mail. Now, Janice, if you're going to lie to me, come up with something like like there was a check in the mail or something like that, because then it would be a little bit more believable. Now, Janice, you are still on probation. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you think that lying to a detective who is trying to solve a murder case, do you think that is going to be helpful?
Oh.
Look, Janice, that is considered obstruction of justice, okay? Now, you are not a stupid person, okay? You're not. So we are going to try this again. Why were you seen entering their house the day that Daniel was killed?
All right.
Why you always lying?
I heard a gunshot. I rushed over there to see if everything was okay. And when I entered the home, I looked around. That's when I saw Daniel lying there dead in the bedroom. I didn't know what to think, so I panicked and I just left.
So, Janice, why did you lie about that?
Come on, sir. I went to prison for 9 years for killing my abusive husband. Then I'm seen leaving and entering a home where a man is killed, a man who is known to have physically abused his girlfriend. How do you think that looks?
Well, not very good, to be honest.
Not very good at all.
All right, so just to make sure that I get this right, so you heard a gunshot, you go enter the house, you see Daniel and he's dead, and you lie to protect yourself. Is that basically it?
Yeah, that's it.
So you're telling me that you did not kill Daniel?
I did not kill Daniel.
So Daniel was already killed when you had entered that house?
Yes,
And Janice, why should I believe you?
because it's the truth.
The truth.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
All right, we are going to put a pause on this for now, okay, Janice?
She's telling the truth now.
Well, that interview certainly adds a new dimension to this whole thing. That is, of course, if Janice is being honest about finding Daniel dead. I honestly don't know. At this point, who knows? All right, I'm going to bring in Rebecca Humphreys, Emma and Charles's kid. Let's see if she can shed any more light on this case. All right, let me go get her. We'll be back up in just a sec. All right, bye.
It's the daughter. It's the daughter, dog. I think the daughter did it and just multiple people knew about it. Let's see. So there's not new footage, just the cases.
All right, Rebecca, we are recording. Today is September 19th. I am Detective Martin Ruiz, badge number 7621. And with me here today is Rebecca Humphreys. So, Rebecca, can you please spell your first and last name for me?
Yeah, first name is Rebecca. Last name Humphreys, Humphies.
Thank you. And can you please acknowledge that this statement is being video and audio
These actors
recorded
are
and that
actually
you
pretty
consent to this recording?
Yes, I do.
And lastly, just acknowledge that we have already gone over your rights and that you are willfully making this statement.
Yes, I am.
All right, Rebecca. Let's start with you telling me where you were at the day of Daniel's death.
Yeah, so that day I was over at my dad's house.
So you were at your dad's house, but you don't live with your dad, do you?
No, I don't, but I do stay with him sometimes.
And you were there the whole day?
Yeah, I don't really remember any reason to leave that day.
So can you remind me, how old are you?
I'm 20.
So you're 20.
Mm-hmm.
And you are a student at Fisham Community College, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So you didn't have any classes that day?
Well, I mean, yeah, I did, but I had a very important paper that was due for my intro to psych class the next day, so I decided to stay home and focus on that instead, since my other classes weren't important.
Now, your dad, he wasn't at home, right? He was at work?
Yeah, that's right. He usually doesn't get home until late in the evening.
So is there anyone that can corroborate that you were at your dad's house the whole day?
I mean, like, sort of. I work at the main coffee shop at the school, and I had texted one of my coworkers asking if he could cover my shift for that day.
So you didn't go to work that day either?
No, I didn't. Like I said, I wanted to focus on my paper.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question, and please be honest, okay? Please. Do you think that either of your parents had something to do with Daniel's murder?
No, of course not.
Now, I'm not asking you if they killed him, just if they may have possibly had some involvement. Now, based on the history, you don't think that that's possible?
No, absolutely not. Like, no, I know my parents. It's not possible.
Okay. So how long have you been living with Daniel and your mom?
We officially moved in like about a month ago or so, but my mom had practically been like living over there like 3 or 4 months before that.
Don't start nothing.
And you were aware that there had been some domestic issues during that time between Daniel and your mom, correct?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
Well, first off, I want to like make sure that you know that the domestic issues, as you put it, weren't happening the whole time that I've been living there. It was kind of all recent, actually.
Sure. Gotcha. So yeah, please continue.
So, like, it's pretty straightforward, but I want to say, like, about a week and a half ago, I was in my room reading, and I heard some screaming and yelling and banging, and I went down to the kitchen, and I found my mom on the floor crying, and she was just obviously, like, in a lot of pain. She was grabbing her right arm, and just her and Daniel had gotten into some sort of an argument, and he pushed her to the ground, like, pretty damn hard.
So did you see him push her to the ground?
No, I didn't, but it was pretty obvious that that's what had happened.
Now, is this the only incident that you were aware of?
As far as I know, yeah. That's as far as I'm aware.
Now, this incident landed your mom in the hospital. I mean, she has a dislocated elbow.
Yeah, I know, I'm aware. I know.
You don't think that maybe your mom would want to seek some sort of revenge?
No, my mom wouldn't seek revenge. Like, you do know that she's the one who filed the police report, right?
Yes, I am aware of that.
Okay, so why would she file a police report if she was planning on killing him? Like, she wanted the police to get involved. That's literally the whole reason why she went to the police in the first place. She wanted them to deal with it.
All right, well, then what about your dad?
What about him?
Well, it seems that he and your mom are still on pretty decent terms. I mean, all things considered. It seems that he still cares for her. You don't think that maybe he acted out of a need to protect her?
No, absolutely not.
How can you be so sure?
Because I know my dad, like, that's not even close to the kind of person that he is. Like,
Bro, he threatened to do
he's
it on
not a
camera.
murderer. Like, I don't even, like, I can't believe I even have to, like, say that to you.
Look, Rebecca, I know that this can be hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know that, but we have to think logically, right?
Mm.
Now, try to put your personal feelings aside as best as you can, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you really believe that your parents had nothing to do with Daniel's murder?
No, my parents had nothing to do with Daniel's murder. There's no way.
All right, fair enough. So look, we're going to take a short break, all right? Just going to ask that you sit here, and I'll be back in just a few, okay?
Okay.
It was her. It was her. It's so obviously her.
Alright, so there's still a lot to unpack here. But the main thing I really want to know right now is if you think she really believes her parents had nothing to do with Daniel's death. I mean, I know they're her parents and all, but the motivation is pretty easy to spot, especially when it comes to her mom. I just can't tell if she's being honest or if she's blowing smoke up our ass. Look it over and tell me what your read is on her. Let me know if you think she really believes they had nothing to do with it. We'll go from there. Alright. Bye.
Does Rebecca really believe her parents had nothing to do with the murder? Yeah, because she's the one who did it. So, I do believe that. She is the one who did it. It was her, Your Honor. Let's see. Back door. Food on the table. Well, got some Modelo. Let's see. Brother.
Hey, so you think she's being sincere? I can see that. She does seem to believe her parents weren't involved. Now, whether they were or not, that's a whole other story. Alright, let me get back in there. Bye.
Yeah, get back in there. Let's see. Rebecca, Janice, Charles.
Okay, this is a continuation with Rebecca Humphreys. So look, Rebecca, I do believe that you think your parents had nothing to do with Daniel's murder, okay? I do believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But look, we still cannot ignore the facts, okay? We can't. Now, are you aware that your dad was seen entering and leaving Daniel's house the day of the murder?
No, I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that fact. No.
Interesting.
Yeah, the whole thing was caught on security cam.
Mm-hmm.
So now with this new information, does that change your perspective at all?
No, not at all. I mean, if my dad was seen entering the house that day, then I'm sure he has a perfectly good reason for it, but...
Wait a minute. So the dad said on the day of the murder, the daughter asked him to go by and grab her bag. That's what he said. Something's not clocking. We might have a new suspect.
It's definitely not the reason. It doesn't make any sense. It can't be.
All right, so Rebecca, look. So if your parents were not involved and you were at your dad's house the whole day, then you tell me, what is your theory on what happened to Daniel?
Look, I don't know. I don't know, okay? I really don't. What I do know is that Daniel wasn't this perfect guy that everybody seems to think that he was. I mean, he had two personalities. Sure, everybody saw the clean-cut business guy, but behind closed doors, it was a completely different story.
What do you mean?
I mean, he was mentally unstable, okay? He could be a real piece of shit, especially when he was drinking. Probably got really drunk, got all depressed, and then just shot himself. I mean, I could see that happening. Have you guys ever considered that maybe nobody actually killed Daniel?
Yes, Rebecca, of course we've considered that. We've considered all possibilities.
Okay, then I really don't know what to tell you because that's all I can think of. I don't know.
So there's nothing else that you feel that I should know?
No, not that I can think of. No.
She's
All right, well
lying.
then let's take a break. All right, you can step out of here for now, okay?
That girl's full of it.
All right, we've heard from everyone that we brought here today. There's still lots of things that aren't adding up or that simply don't make any sense at all. And, most importantly, we still don't know exactly what happened to Daniel. I think it's time we turned up the heat. Start poking some holes. I'm going to get Emma back in here first for another round. Let's see what we can squeeze out of her. I'll be back in the interview room with her in just a sec. All right. Bye.
Something's not adding up. She never asked you to go grab that bag, homie. She never asked you to grab that bag, homie.
All right, this is a continuation with Emma Richardson. Now, Emma, I've been giving some thought regarding your whereabouts on the day of Daniel's murder, and just to be clear, you were at the Best Day Motel the entire day, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So you didn't leave at all, not even to get food or anything like that?
Actually, I did leave the motel that morning. It was quick though. I went to get breakfast at the diner across the street from the motel. I got the food to go, and then I went back to the motel and stayed there the rest of the day.
So around what time did you go to the diner?
It was early, probably around 7.
Around 7. So you did not leave the motel at all any time after getting that breakfast around 7 a.m.?
No, I did not.
Now, did you eat dinner?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so then how was it that you got your dinner that day?
Charles stopped by that evening to bring me dinner.
Oh, that's very kind of him.
Yes, it was.
So what time did he stop by?
I believe it was around 6-ish.
Around 6-ish. Now, did Charles bring you anything else?
Like what?
Like anything besides the dinner itself?
I don't think so.
And you're sure about that?
Oh, it's not clocking. It's not clocking. It's not clocking. Charles, it might be you, brother. It might be you. So the daughter, he didn't bring by the bag, obviously, that he supposedly got for Rebecca, the daughter. She doesn't know about him going there to get the bag, and all he brought was dinner. Didn't bring the bag. It's not adding up, brother. It's not adding up.
Yes, I'm sure.
All right, so I'm going to assume that if I were to stop by that diner and talk to some of the folks there, that someone who was working that morning would be able to verify that you were indeed there getting your breakfast around 7 a.m. Does that sound right?
I believe so, yes.
All right, well, let's assume that someone from the diner can verify you were there that morning, and let's also assume that Charles can corroborate that he did bring you dinner that evening. Is there anyone else that can account for your time, say, between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. that day?
No, I don't think so.
There's no one at all.
No one I can think of.
All right, so just to make sure that I have this clear, you definitely did not go to Daniel's house at all the day that he was killed. Is that correct?
That's right.
So see, based on what I have so far, it seems to me that either Janice or Charles committed this murder. In fact, maybe the two of them even worked together. I don't know.
Why would you say that?
Well, because Emma, the two of them were both seen entering and leaving Daniel's house the same day that he was killed.
But that doesn't make any sense. I mean, neither of them would do something like that.
Oh, Janice
Emma,
would.
how can you be so sure of that?
Well, in Janice's case, she had no reason to do such a thing. She hardly even knew Daniel.
Right. But she knows you. And she knows what you've been through. I am sure that Janice can empathize with you. You don't think so?
Janice is on probation. She's been through a really difficult and unfortunate situation. She served her time and she has a good life now. You think she would screw all that up for some guy she hardly knows? Or for me, her neighbor?
Honestly, I don't know.
Well, she wouldn't.
All right, well then what about Charles? Because he was also seen entering Daniel's house that day. And we have already established that you are clearly someone important enough in his life to look out for. I mean, maybe he was, trying to care for you. Maybe, protect you.
Charles is not a killer. Does he care for me? Yes, and I care for him too. We've known each other for a really long time. But it's just not in his character to do something like that. He would never kill someone. Or even think about doing something like that, for that matter.
Interesting.
It's not who he is.
Footage says otherwise, man.
All right, Emma, give me a second, okay? I'll be right back.
Interesting.
Well, I don't think this is adding up at all. I feel like we must have some evidence that contradicts her statement. Can you look over everything and see if you can find a clear contradiction? That'll add a lot more weight when I go back in there. Give me a call when you got something.
Well, how do I do it? What? Open your inventory. All right, so we got... Find one piece of contradiction evidence from most recent interview. Well, yeah, it'd be... Daniel, Rebecca... Oh, it's his text messages, bruh. How do I submit? The text messages, dog.
Hello? Yes, that's it. Kinda hard to argue that Charles isn't capable of murder, or at least thinking about it when you have him on video literally threatening to kill someone. That is good stuff. All right, let me show her this and see what sort of explanation she has. This is good. Thanks. All right, let me get back in there. Hang tight.
All right, this is another continuation with Emma Richardson. Now, Emma, you had told me earlier, and I'm paraphrasing here, but you said something along the lines of Charles not being capable of committing murder or even thinking about it. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, I want you to do me a favor and turn your attention to the TV here. I want you to take a look at this.
Yeah, asshole. I know what you did there, Mom. Look, I don't know what she told you, but I didn't lay a finger on her. Oh, shut up and cut that shit. I know know you did. If you ever do that again, I will kill you. I will fucking kill
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
No, whatever. I will end you. You got that? I will fucking end you.
So what do you think now?
I know how it looks, but surely you can see he's not being literal.
Surely. Huh?
Yes, he's angry and obviously trying to scare the shit out of Daniel. But to think he literally meant what he said, it's absolutely ludicrous.
Is it real?
Why? Yeah, why is that ludicrous?
It's a figure of speech. Obviously, Charles is not a murderer.
Emma, I am showing you clear proof right here that Charles threatened to kill Daniel. Now that absolutely makes him a suspect, and it shows clear intent. Now, I hear you when you say that you think Charles isn't a murderer. But Emma, what actual proof do you have that Charles did not kill Daniel? And I mean real proof, not just your thoughts and feelings.
I don't have any actual proof.
There you go. That right there is the problem. All right, that is a big problem that I need to get to the bottom of. So look, we are going to put a pause on this for now because I absolutely do need to speak to Charles again.
Oh,
Okay.
Charles, have a seat. Have a seat, Charles. Let's have a talk.
All right.
Talk to me.
I think we're making some progress here. Time will tell. You did a good job finding the right evidence. So now, let's see what Charles has to say. I'm going to get him back in here. I'll talk to you in a few.
Let's do it. Charles, why don't you have a seat?
All right, this is another continuation with Charles Humphreys. So Charles, I want to revisit your relationship with Daniel.
I mean, sure, but like I told you before, there wasn't much of a relationship. I only met the guy a few times.
So when was the last time that you saw him?
Probably a few months ago, maybe.
Oh, this
Honestly,
man is lying. Okay, he lied about getting the bag for the girl. He lied about meeting him. Oh, Charles, I think you the one. You are the one.
So you didn't see him on September 11th?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah, I saw him that morning. That's right. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
See, Charles, I don't know how you could forget that.
What do you mean?
Well, Charles, we have security cam video that shows you violently threatening him. In fact, Charles, we can take a look at that right now.
You don't need to show me that.
Well, Charles, I just want to refresh your memory, okay? Seeing as though that you forgot. So please, indulge me. Okay? Take a look.
Ain't so good with your words now, are you, Chucky boy? Let's see his face.
Yeah, asshole. Here, I did it, man. Oh, no, hands off me. I know you did that.
Oh, look at it.
Look,
Look
I
at
know
it.
what she told you, but I don't lay a finger on her. Oh, shut up and cut this shit. I know you did. If you ever do that again, I will kill you. I will fucking kill you. You understand? No, whatever.
So, Charles, is it coming back to you now?
Yeah.
Charles, you are seen here threatening Daniel's life, all right? Now, that is pretty damn serious, especially considering the fact that the man whose life that you threatened, well, he was found killed the very next day.
I know how it looks, but I swear that was just an empty threat. I didn't mean it literally. But I was pissed, man. He laid hands on Emma, and I wanted him to know that I wasn't going to put up with that shit, period.
So you had no intentions of actually following through with that threat?
No, I wasn't actually going to kill him. But yeah, if he hurt Emma again, I would have probably went there and kicked his ass. But no, I wasn't actually going to kill him.
Okay, fair enough. So let's talk about your other visit to Daniel's house, okay? The next day, the day that he was actually killed.
Yeah, sure. What more do you want to know?
Well, you went there to gather some of Emma's personal belongings based on her request, right?
Yes, that's right.
And I'm assuming that you were able to get everything that you were sent there to get. Is that also correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So when did you actually bring these items to Emma?
Later that night.
At the motel.
Yes, at the motel.
Oh,
And you-
oh my God, bro. Something's not adding up. So Emma just said he came by with dinner and that was it. He didn't bring nothing else by. And Rebecca, the daughter, said she didn't mention any, she had no idea he went there to get her stuff. She had no idea he was there.
It also brought her dinner as well that evening. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So Charles, when you were actually inside of Daniel's house gathering these items, how long would you say that you were in there for?
It's pretty quick, maybe a minute at the most.
A minute at most? Really?
Well, I just went into the house and grabbed a bag that was right at the entryway and then left.
So you had no reason to look around the house at all?
No, not at all.
Charles, why
All
do
right,
you
Charles, well, let me
continue
process
to
this
lie
for
to
a little
me?
bit. So we'll take a short break and I will be right back, okay?
Oh, it's not looking good for you, Charles. It is not looking good, man. Why do you keep lying? Talk to me.
All right, there are definitely some holes in this guy's story. I'm going to need you to find some concrete proof. Let's nail this guy hard, all right? Let me know what you can find. Thanks.
Charles. What? What? Rebecca. So I'm supposed to find two? Well, there's the video. Okay, there's the video. Oh. It's the one where she said... Is it that? Come on, which one is it? Okay, there's him being in there for more than a minute. Maybe it's that. There we go. Let's get him.
Hey, there it is. There it is. Fantastic work. Good eye. Yes, he is clearly in the house for way longer than just a minute. And yeah, you're right. Emma stated that he only brought her food the night of Daniel's death. She made it pretty clear that he didn't bring her anything else. So why would he go through the trouble of getting her personal items and then not actually give them to her? That makes no sense at all. All right, let's get the show back up and running. We need answers. Talk soon. Bye.
Need a donut.
All right, this is a continuation with Charles Humphreys. Now, Charles, I want you to take a look at this footage right here, okay?
What am I looking for exactly?
Well, you can clearly see that that's you at the front of Daniel's house, correct?
Yes, I can see that.
So can you look up there and tell me what is the date?
It's September 12th,
Right, and the time? What does that say?
9:27 a.m.
So 9:27 a.m. All right. Now let's fast forward through this. We'll jump to about right about here. All right, now, can we agree that this is you leaving Daniel's house that same morning?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So, again, can you look up there and tell me the time? What does it say now?
It's 9:31 a.m.
Ah.
So, 9:31 a.m. Now, see, Charles, you told me that you were in Daniel's house for no more than 1 minute. Okay, now I'm showing you the security cam video that shows that you were in there for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now, Charles, I can't understand why it would take 3 to 4 minutes to simply go inside of the house, grab a bag that's right there in the entryway, and
Actually,
then
it was in
leave.
there for 6 minutes.
So, Charles, can we cut the bullshit? All right, why did you go inside this house? And more importantly, what were you doing in this house? And this time, Charles, please, do not lie to me.
Look, I don't know if you're aware, but Daniel threatened Emma at gunpoint the day before he died. Now, I obviously knew this guy was unstable, but I didn't know he had a gun in the house.
So how did you find out about the gun?
Emma told me, and I was afraid Daniel was going to flip out again and actually use the gun to hurt Emma. So I decided to go over to the house and see if he was there. But when I got there, his car wasn't in the driveway. So I thought I could go in the house and find the gun and take it from him.
All right, so just to be clear, the reason that you went to the house was to find this gun.
That's right. And when I went in the house, I immediately went into their bedroom thinking that's where it would be. But instead, I find the guy lying there dead, and the gun is in his hand too. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I remember they had the security cam out front. So that freaked me out, right? And I knew it was going to look bad, me coming in the house and this guy being dead. So I quickly kind of came up with this plan to grab some of Emma's stuff and put it in this bag. So it seemed like I had a reason to be there.
So this whole thing was just a performance for the security cam?
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it.
Well, I guess that does make sense. Because see, Emma, she stated that the only thing that you brought her that evening was dinner.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's stupid and I'm sorry. But I didn't want to have any connection to this guy's death. I mean, the whole situation makes it look like I did it. Hell, I don't even know if you believe what I'm saying.
So I low-key kind of think the daughter still did it. I low-key think the daughter still did it. His story is making sense. I think the daughter did it.
And I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth.
All right, so if your intent was to go there and to find this gun, then why do you look so confused when you first arrived?
Honestly, that's what I'm still confused about. Because I went to reach for the spare key, it wasn't there. So I thought I'd try the door anyway, and to my surprise, it was already unlocked.
So who do you think could have taken that spare key?
Honestly, I have no clue. I mean, I know it wasn't me, and it definitely wasn't Rebecca, because she has her own keys to the house, so I don't know. And I don't know why they would have left the door unlocked. That doesn't make any sense either. But what I do know is that it's obvious that somebody was there before me. They took the spare key, and they went through the front door.
All right. Well, Charles, we're going to give you a break, all right? You can step out of here for now, okay?
Okay.
Interesting. Talk to me.
Hey, I think that went well. It's quite a story, though. I'm still not sure who to believe at this point in time. That being said, he did hit the nail on the head. Someone was absolutely there before him, and we know exactly who that was. Now we got both Janice and Charles saying they arrived at the house that morning, and both claim they found Daniel already dead. Yeah, I am not too sure I buy that. Now, I can see Charles's possible motivation for killing Daniel, but Janice's is a little unclear. I mean, maybe she was triggered by seeing another woman she knew dealing with a similar type of abuse that she experienced? I don't know. Well, regardless, we gotta move forward. I want to hear more from Janice. I'll grab her now. We'll be back up in just a sec.
Janice is almost like a waste of time because I feel like it's definitely not Janice.
Okay, this is a continuation with Janice Burks. So look, Janice, I just want to explore your relationship with Emma a bit more with you, if that's okay.
Sure. What more would you like to know?
Well, you mentioned having a positive relationship with her, so yeah, I just want to, I guess, get a better understanding of what that relationship looks like.
Well, like I told you before, Emma's always treated me nicely. And we talk from time to time so we get to know each other a little bit. She looks out for me, I look out for her. She's never judged me whatsoever, and I think that speaks a lot to her character. She's a very good person, and I'm really glad I got to know her.
Now, would you say that she trusts you?
To a certain extent, yes, I would say that.
Now, were you aware of the physical abuse that she had experienced? Did she trust you enough to share that information?
No. I knew they had some arguments. Sounded pretty bad, too. It was loud enough you could hear it next door. But I wasn't aware of any actual physical abuse.
So you were aware that they had some pretty bad arguments?
Yes, I was aware of that.
But you were not aware of any actual physical abuse?
No, sir.
Now, you met Daniel a few times, so I'm wondering, do you think that he seems like the kind of guy that would be capable of physically striking a woman?
Like you just said, I only met him a few times, so I don't think I would be the best judge of his character.
Well, just in the limited interactions that you had with him, does he seem like the kind of guy that would be capable of physically striking a woman?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
All right, well, Janice, we are going to take a real short break. It'd be great if you can use this time to maybe think about your encounters with Daniel and see if you can maybe come up with a more concrete answer, because I would appreciate that.
Sure. But I don't know what else there is to think about.
Well, just try. That's all I'm asking.
Sure.
Well, thank you, Janice.
That is a weird question to ask. Talk to me.
Well, she does seem to have all the right answers, doesn't she? But there's gotta be some flaws. It just all seems a bit too perfect. There's gotta be more to this than what she's telling us. All right, let's take some time here. Look through everything you got, see if there's any contradictory evidence we can use to prove this statement of hers is full of shit. Hopefully you can find something good.
Did she say something before?
Give me a call when you got something, all right? Bye.
Did she say something before? Let me see. Janice. 2 pieces of evidence.
Hey. Well, there you go. That is great. Perfect. I'll share what Emma said earlier in her previous statement. Good catch. Now, what she said definitely doesn't match up with Janice's presentation of the facts. I'll grab the text message records as well. There's no way Janice can argue with that. All right, let me grab what I need and get back in there. Thanks.
Have a seat, Janice. You hungry? Want some water? Thirsty?
All right, this is another continuation with Janice Burks. So, Janice, I want to make sure that I got this right. Now, you are not aware of any physical abuse that Emma has experienced. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
Now, see, that is a problem. Because, see, Emma has stated the complete opposite.
What did Emma say?
Well, in her earlier statement, Emma said that you had texted her the night that her and Daniel had that pretty bad argument, the night that he had reportedly assaulted her. She said that you had texted her asking her if everything was okay. Now, does that ring any bells?
Well, yeah, that's correct, sir.
Now, she said that she had texted you back later that night telling you exactly what had happened. Does that also sound familiar to you?
Well, yes, that's also correct, but I don't remember if she told me that he'd actually physically assaulted her.
So you don't remember her texting you that detail?
No, not that I recall.
That's interesting. That is very, very interesting. So, Janice, look, I want you to take a look at these records right here. I want you to look at the message that's highlighted there. Now, that is a text message that Emma had sent to you the evening of September 9th. Now, she clearly texted, and I quote, "He threw me to the ground, hurt me pretty bad, at the hospital now." Now, there is no mixed messaging there. I find it very hard to believe that someone would forget such a major detail. Now, Janice, did you lie to me again?
No, sir. I just didn't recall.
You didn't recall.
Okay, I may have misstated the facts.
Janice, that is a very eloquent way of telling me that you lied. Now, Janice, why did you lie to me again?
Why did I lie? Again, sir, look at the optics. Someone with my background is seen entering the house the same day that Daniel's body was
Janice,
found
the
shot to
same
death.
old song.
You know why I lied. And don't take this personally, but I don't trust law enforcement. I know I'm an easy target. I'm just doing the best I can to stay out of prison, sir. Look, you want to know what the truth is?
Yes, Janice, that is literally the only thing I want to know.
Good. Because the truth is that none of us would be in this mess if law enforcement had actually done their job and protected Emma when she first reported the abuse.
Janice, let's not make
She did
excuses.
all she could. She went to the police. She told them everything that Daniel had done to her. She even had her daughter as a witness. That man should already be locked up. That man physically assaulted her, and you guys let him go on his merry way. That's not okay. You know it, and I know it, that that's not okay.
Look, Janice, I hear you. Okay, I hear you. And yeah, maybe we could have handled things differently. I don't know. Okay, but regardless, we can't live in the past, right? I mean, all that we can do is to make sure that we do the right thing right now in this moment. That's literally all that we can do. So, Janice, let me ask you again, okay? Were you aware that Daniel had physically assaulted Emma?
Yes, sir, I was aware.
And your only confirmation of this were the text messages between you and Emma, is that correct?
That and the fact that she went to the hospital with a dislocated elbow. Not sure I'd need any more proof than that.
But you didn't actually see Daniel physically assault her, correct?
No. What kind of question is that? I mean, what man do you know is going to strike a woman in front of other people? Guys like that do their business behind closed doors. Trust me, I know.
Fair enough. Now, I am curious, and Janice, please be honest. Do you think that Daniel deserved to be killed for his actions?
No. Punished, yes, but not killed. Are we almost done, officer?
For now. Yes, for now. Now, I do need to get some other people in here, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, Janice, you can step out of here for now, okay? Let's go.
Feel free to get some snacks from the vending machine.
All right, so we know for sure that Janice was aware of the physical abuse. We know she was the first person seen on camera entering the house, and we know that she and Emma have a relationship in which both of them look out for one another. Now, what we don't know for sure is if Daniel was indeed already dead by the time she entered the house. And at this moment, there really is no way to prove or disprove Daniel's status at that time. It's clear that these people are still lying to us. There's still too many holes and things that just make no sense. All right, let's get Rebecca back in here for another round.
Mm-hmm.
I got a few more questions for her.
Yeah, so do I.
Hang tight.
Yep. I got some questions myself. Have a seat, Rebecca. Thirsty? You want some water?
All right, this is a continuation with Rebecca Humphreys. So, Rebecca, I want to go back to the day of Daniel's death.
Mhm.
Now, you said that you were at your dad's house the entire day that Daniel was killed. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And the only thing to corroborate this are these text messages between you and a coworker in which you asked them.
No, Emma said she
to
was at
cover your shift for that
the
day.
she
Is
was
that
at the
also
motel with
correct?
her.
Yeah, that's also correct.
So see, the problem here is that those text messages do not necessarily prove that you were at your dad's house that day. In fact, all they prove is that you didn't go to work that day. Now, as to your exact whereabouts on that day, well, that is yet to be proven, right? All I've got to go on is your words. Now, would you say that that is a fair assessment?
Yeah, I guess. I can see where you're coming from. But at the same time, I don't really have any reason to lie either.
Now, that very well may be true, but my job is to question everything, okay? I can't base things off of just words alone. I need facts, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So, is there anyone that may have seen you either enter or leave your dad's house on that day?
I don't know. I mean, there's not really a way for me to tell if somebody had seen me on that day. It's possible, but I don't know.
But your dad, he can account for your time later that day, right? In the evening?
Yeah, he can.
All right, so according to you, the only person who can account for your whereabouts on that day is your dad, but that's only in the evening. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Rebecca,
Hmm.
did you go to Daniel's house the day that he was killed?
No, I already told you I was at my dad's house the entire day.
I am aware that that's what you told me. But again, without any concrete proof, I can't just go based off of your words.
Do you have access to their security cam?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so is that not proof? The security cam has a sensor. Anytime anybody gets within a few feet of it, it triggers. So it's quite literally impossible to enter the house without being recorded.
Unless you in the back.
So are you able to check those recordings? Have you checked them?
Yes, we have gone through all of those recordings, yeah.
And did you see me enter the house?
As a matter of fact, no, we did not.
Well, then there you go. I don't know what more you want.
But see, Rebecca, you didn't necessarily need to go through the front door. You could have gone through the rear door. Now, to my knowledge, the rear entrance does not have any sort of security cam of any kind. So, in theory, you, or anyone else for that matter, could have gone through there. Isn't that a possibility?
No, actually, it's not. No. The rear door is always kept locked, and on top of that, I don't have a house key. So whenever I need to enter the house, I use a spare key. And if I have to use the spare key, I have to go get it.
The dad said she had a key. Oh, it's not clocking.
In turn, I would trigger the security cam and I would be recorded. I'd be on those recordings.
Now, in regards to these recordings, I did notice that you guys have a keypad on that front door. So you don't have a code for that either?
No, that's been broken since I've moved in.
All right, so since you don't have a key and that rear door is always kept locked and that keypad is broken, then there would have been no way for you to enter that house on that day. Is that what you're telling me?
Not unless I use the spare key.
All right, fair enough. Okay, Rebecca, we are going to take a short break. You can just wait here, all right? And I'll be back in just a few. All right.
Interesting. It's not adding up. It's not adding up. Talk to me.
Well, yet again, I feel like we're not getting the whole truth here. Her not having an alibi is definitely a red flag. I know we brought her in here as a witness, but I'm thinking we may have to bump her up to a suspect. The abuse she witnessed could be enough to give her a motive. Possibly. All right, let's see if you can work your magic and find some contradictory evidence here. I want to squeeze every ounce of truth out of her. You give me a call when you got something solid.
Oh, we'll squeeze
Talk
her.
soon.
We will squeeze her. 2 pieces. So that. And Texas. Scott, what? Oh no, the rear door was unlocked. Yep. We got it.
Hey. Yes. I knew you'd find exactly what we needed. Now, I do feel kind of silly not remembering the rear door being open, but that's why 2 sets of eyes are better than 1, right? Good stuff, good stuff. Right, with that photo and Charles's statement, we definitely have enough to back her into a corner. Let's see how she responds. We'll be live in just a few. All right, bye.
Run it. Have a seat, Rebecca. Or should I say, killer?
Okay, this is a continuation with Rebecca Humphreys. Now, Rebecca, I know we discussed you not having a way of entering that house without being seen, but I do want to revisit that rear door possibility. So let's hypothetically say that if someone were to leave the rear door open for some rare reason, then in theory, you could have entered through that rear door completely undetected, right?
I guess in that very rare and specific scenario, it's possible. Sure.
All right, now I want you to take a look at this photo right here, and you tell me, what is it that you notice?
The rear door is left open?
That
What you want me to notice?
Correct. Now, this photo was taken from the crime scene, which means that someone left that door open. So this very rare and specific scenario is actually a fact. Now, we
straighten
found
up.
that rear door unlocked and ajar. Okay, so now with this knowledge, it is safe to say that you could have entered through that rear door completely undetected, right?
I guess given what you've just shown me, yeah, sure, it's possible, but that's not what happened. I already told you I didn't go to the house that day, and I feel like I'm just repeating the same thing over and over.
Let's watch the attitude.
And why should I believe you?
Look, am I a suspect here? Because you're treating me as if I actually had something to do with this.
No, Rebecca, I am treating you like someone who may have something to hide, because you have indeed hidden information from me. In fact, I might go so far to say that you have straight up lied to me, Rebecca.
What are you even talking about?
Look, when I talked to your dad earlier today, he told me that you had your own set of keys to Daniel's house. But then you told me that you don't have keys to Daniel's house. So you see, either you or your dad is lying to me.
Okay, yes, I do have keys to Daniel's house, but that doesn't mean that I was there.
Now, why did you lie to me?
Yeah.
All right?
Explain
Lying
yourself.
to me is only going to make things worse, and you know that.
I don't know. I guess I didn't want you to be suspicious of me.
Well, that obviously did not work out too well for you, did it?
No, it didn't.
All right, so now knowing that you do actually have keys to the house, it is safe to say that you could have entered through that rear door whether it was left open or not. Is that correct?
Yes, technically, that is correct. But look, I know that I lied to you about not having keys, but I swear I'm not lying about when I say that I didn't go to the house that day.
All right, well, let's assume that you are telling the truth, okay, and that you did not go to the house that day. Can you think of any reason as to why that door would have been left open, especially when you said that the rear door is never left unlocked? So why is it that on this specific day, that door was left open?
I don't know.
Riddle me that,
Maybe Daniel left it
Batman.
open for some weird reason. That's all I can think of because I don't know. I honestly just don't know.
All right, Rebecca, let's put a pause on this conversation, okay? You can step out of here for now.
Sure.
Why you always lying?
Hey, so you think she's telling the whole truth now? I feel like we got more out of her, and maybe she's being honest, but I still don't know. We still don't have the complete picture, which means
Booker.
technically anything is possible.
Booker.
All right, we've made some good progress so far, but it's time to really grind this out and get to the bottom of this case. I want to bring all four of them back in here for one more round of questioning. The gloves are coming off this time. All right, let's get to it. I'll
Alright.
start with Janice. Let's see what more we can get out of her. I'll be back with her in just a sec. All right, bye.
Alright. Good stopping point. It's the daughter, dog. It's the daughter. It's the daughter. Alright. We'll be back at it on Thursday. It's the daughter. Alright. Thursday, we're gonna finish this thing.